Early evaluation of turning the hips, or turning to the left, okay? I would say, I'm going to compare that to some of your practice swings. Now that's a bit of a slide to the target. Not that much rotation. Let's watch the difference in the practice swings here. Because now you're just thinking, and I just want you to see that's a better hip turn, correct?
Yep.
Would you agree?
Yep.
And I want you to see how the hands, how the impact area gets better when this sequence happens. So your hands are a little bit more forward. Here they're backwards.
Yep.
And then the club's getting kind of flipped up.
Yep.
So, and then this is a little bit more stable. This has got a little bit more push going forward. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Heels on the ground here, but that hip is backwards a little bit more. It's just a little bit. This has got forward.
Yep.
Okay, so much better impact position when you're working on that move, and we know the difficulty of transferring it to a ball. But there it is. Now that, even at this point, it's going to look better. Less flip, right?
And there's that, yeah,
Big difference. Look at the difference in the legs. Your knees are almost touching each other. Your head's actually rotating better. It's just so no chicken wing like over here.
Yeah, there it is. Yep.
The chicken wing doesn't happen because of what the body's doing. It's kind of interesting. When that core isn't turning and leading how those arms roll around each other, there's a classic example right there. There's an ounce of chicken wing in that. Because of course it's a practice swing.
Yeah.
And your mind is free and you're kind of working on your stuff, and that's why teachers are always saying, well, you're not going to be able to do it with the ball for a while. And you're going, yes I can. How come I can't? Well, because we're creatures of habit. You're really working on that. I can see that hip turning. Look at how the hands come into the ball. So just the marriage of that big muscles turning to the left, the club lagging behind that much more because of it, turns into good stuff, good lines, good angles. You know,
Yeah.
It's nice to see it. It's not intuitive in us by any means, but we're just kind of, and boy, I'll tell you what, same thing's going to happen on that little shot that you're fearing. It's all the same. It's just a little more of a baby swing. That's good impact. That's a good, nice little Y impact there, same as your setup was, right? Whereas before, we'll see the hands back, shafts kind of flipped ahead, right? Ball goes up in the air, back on the right foot. Very common errors I see every day with players. So, all right, that's good. That's good to see. All right, let's do this setup deal. All right, so this is before we talked about the setup. So this is a little feedback for how it's looking. So I think you see how you're moving the club face. So you're making a good effort there. And then by the time it starts, I can't see as much loft all of a sudden, right? Starts working. So if we look at the D-loft of the shaft here, and then we watch where it's going to be at impact, takeaway's fine. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
So now it's back this way more than where it started. So that's not really going to change. I don't think this, you've heard me say from day one, this casting, this flipping thing, that's not fixable by worrying about your hands, right? it's got a chance to get better because of other components.
Yeah.
And that turning that body to the left, see, those hips are just sliding to the right, going back to our earlier, or towards the target. But we weren't working on that here. So this is just your golf swing. So, and again, we're talking about a club that you have better luck with, but you can see the chicken wing there. So I'm telling you, your T-ball is going to get better working on what we're working on, even though it's not a weakness.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Your swing is your swing. All clubs get better as swings get better. But what I'm telling you is when you're practicing, I think you have more of this problem with the hands back there and you standing back here more when the ball's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you got an iron in your hand.
Yeah, sure.
Because there's less confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You get away with it more with the tee shot. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, today I didn't hit any what I would call good ones.
I agree.
But
Right.
I hit good ones.
Well, no, I know. But, you're not supposed to hit great ones when you take a lesson. Because we're working on hard stuff. All right, now I'm moving you. And you're looking down at that ball and you're saying, geez, that ball feels like it's 8 miles forward. My hands feel back here. But you can see you still got a little bit of forward lean,
Yeah.
more than you would have guessed. See where your ball position is here?
Yeah.
Well, if you put the hands in the same place and put the ball here, all of a sudden you got a neutral shaft. That doesn't mean it's visually comfortable for you to look at.
Yeah.
And as you do your waggle routine more and more, you start getting it more and more bent forward, and you got a little forward press. And I'm not saying you can't recover from that at all, truthfully. But I'm just saying, get a little bit more neutral so we can, if the club's coming into the ball open or closed, then we got an evaluation point.
Yeah, we know what we can.
Yeah,
Instead of
well, it's okay because I did this.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're doing something else in your swing
Mm-hmm.
to make up for that.
Sure.
So, again, you've also heard me say, none of this has to be perfect, but that's a good ball position, even though when you look down at it, you say, wow. That's why I say, get in front of that mirror and look at yourself in the house
Mm-hmm.
with a setup. You're going to go, holy cow. It looks better than it feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
So during the swing, you work on those stuff. I'm going to do this little wedgie here.
This is.
All right, now here's the same thing. Now this is me trying to get you neutral.
They're flipping it there. Look.
So this is the shot you like. So you got that little short backswing and then accelerated follow through. But this is you in what I would, after I told you about being neutral. So before you would have been there. Oops. Your hands would have been even further. So I said, get it neutral. Normally you're about right here with that lob wedge. So that I'm just saying it's going to go higher.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I understand.
Yeah.
Lofting is good.
So get it out there if you want to de-loft. The same principle as the driver setup, actually.
What's good about this, you can't tell how bad those shots were.
Yeah, they're off the screen.
Yeah. It's a good way to film people.
Well, if I stop it at impact, usually I can tell some stuff.
Well, yeah, see the ball drill off the ground, yeah.
You even watch that rehearsal of what you're perceiving as your short stroke. You see where that club came back early?
Mm-hmm.
Watch, I'm going to show you something. See, that looks like a pretty nice little pendulum stroke, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. so let's see what the motor does now. Now that's a good looking setup right there. Now I can tell you don't like it. That's pretty good. Okay, so your shorter stroke, so you're doing a pretty good duplication on the way back of what you're rehearsing, which is good. Now you gotta go ahead, believe it or not, that body's gotta be turning.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm talking about the next shot, the 10 yards more shot.
Yeah.
We need to have that body turning the same way we were doing on these practice swings, and it won't flip. So this is, stuff we've talked about before with this little here to here shot,
Yeah.
35 yards, right?
Mhm.
That impact needs to be
So there, yeah.
the same as the full swing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you don't trust. But for that little swing arc there, that little bump shot,
Mm-hmm.
it's such a small swing. You don't have to have as many timing components, do you?
No.
Or
Yeah.
body movement.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the perfect bailout shot for you, and it's exactly what you need, and it's a good shot for you. But we just got that under 80% and 25 to 40, 45 yard
Mhm.
shot,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Or that little lob over the bunker.
Yes.
But I think the lob over the bunker can get fixed with this. See that impact? Even though you mishit it a little bit with the ground first, that ball, you hit the ground first, that's the reason why this didn't go higher. But that's a good impact. That's a neutral impact right there. That's a ball position that if other than your body moving better, getting over on your left leg a little bit more so you bottom out in front of the ball, that ball's going to have that's just a mishit. That's why I didn't go with
Yeah. Yeah.
right?